What Trump has promised to do, namely to deport at light speed everyone living illegally in America, is both impossible and idiotic. Like all things Trump, the sound bites will never match the reality. Even a fraction of what he promises would take years and hundreds of billions of dollars. The financial impact on the labor force and the broader economy cannot be exaggerated.
And I just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show. And after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on. I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media so people can hear from you too.
Oh my God. Okay. So you said it's been 1 week now. Wow. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Where you said he pretended to put his hand on the Bible. Oh, actually, he didn't put his hand on the Bible. He promised for God a bevy of billionaires and suddenly an Amish elder to whom he is for the moment married. She did look a little, right, like Al Capone.
She needed one of those beards that don't have a mustache.
Right.
She looked like Melanie Griffith in Stranger Among Us. Like
sure.
She just needed the beard to be the Hasidic Jew. Okay. But you said of all the things he promised, to form a more perfect union. Threatens to withhold emergency aid to California until the state adopts a voter ID law. Threatens to withhold aid to states who do not toe his line on immigration. Refers to Governor Newsom as new scum. Okay. These are all the things that he promised. Establish justice. The Senate confirms ethically challenged, dubiously truthful Pam Bondi as Attorney General. Plans to install thoroughly crazoid conspiracy flogger Kash Patel as head of the FBI. Mass raids launch in American cities targeting schools and churches. Also attempts by fiat to establish birthright citizenship, a guarantee enshrined in the 14th Amendment. Wow, Charlie, it is a lot. One last one. Ensure domestic tranquility. He pardons members of an insurrectionist mob that assaulted the U.S. Capitol, removed security from individuals who are under threat and abroad and at home, fires inspectors generals of cabinet departments. I'm already winded, and this is week one
this is the guy,
and the beginning of your piece.
This is the guy who's overturning the preamble to the Constitution. He hasn't really gotten to the Constitution yet.
Yeah. I thought this headline had a lot of irony. ICE detains Native Americans who, if you've read a history book, were here first. Yeah. Navajo tribal leaders reported they have received calls and text messages from Navajo people living in urban areas who've been stopped, questioned, or detained by ICE. These raids have sparked significant fear, especially among tribal members in urban areas who face challenges with documentation. Despite possessing certificates of Indian blood, state-issued IDs, several individuals have been detained or questioned by ICE agents who don't recognize those documents as proof of citizenship.
Yep.
Perhaps if they wrapped it in a blanket infected with smallpox and handed over their...
I would
suggest that up here in Massachusetts, we have a lot of families that are very proud of having arrived in the Mayflower. I think we should send ICE after them.
Yeah.
And send them all back to Holland where they came from.
Exactly.
Wait, Charlie's not done. He writes, fires head of the U.S. Coast Guard, leaves the World Health Organization and Paris Climate Accord, repurposes U.S. military to serve his anti-immigration agenda, continually campaigns for program of seizing land and property from longtime allies, trashes longstanding foreign alliances. Secretary of State Marco Rubio freezes foreign aid. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Hang on, we're not done.
That was provide for the common defense.
Right.
And
Promote the general welfare.
And then you end with promote the general welfare. Who, doggies, here we go, proposes the elimination of FEMA, blacks out all public information capacities of federal public health agencies, grants reviews from the National Institute from Health are canceled without notice, attempts to undo 50 years of environmental regulations, removes environmental justice as criterion for permitting process for new energy project, repeals all climate-related executive orders from the previous administration. Health and Human Service nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr. awaits confirmation. We literally are only a week in. That was just your scribblings.
Right. That will be a continuing series on the blog. In fact, I just put up another one today.
Oh God. I mean, I know, I get it. This is part of the plan, right? It's like.
Oh yeah. I mean, Adam Searle was right. Cruelty was the point.
Yep.
But now cruelty and chaos are the point.
Yeah. So, Drunky McRapey, is that his name? Oh, I'm sorry, Pete Hegseth. I keep getting that name wrong.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sorry. What is it you call Kavanaugh?
He is also Drunky McRapey. This is
that's what I thought.
Right. This would be the
confused
second.
there.
Hegseth is the second. He was confirmed by the narrowest possible margin, right? J.D. Vance had to test the tiebreaker.
Yep.
Charlie, once again, never happened. Most secretaries of defense have been confirmed almost 100 to whatever, or 90-something to, practically.
Yeah.
So here we are. This guy's in charge of the nukes.
It's astonishing to me. He's in charge of the Joint Chiefs, who must just be. I mean, I don't know if we can have that many important military leaders drunk by 9 o'clock in the morning. I just don't think that's healthy for our national defense.
So,
but
I mean, of course, there's more stories about, they're going to strong arm and bully to get all these wildly unqualified nominees through.
Well, it certainly worked on my old friend Joni Ernst.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
That really, given her biography, that is the worst of them so far.
Yep. She gave up all of her principles.
Yep.
Every single one.
I have no idea what you can predict these days, but what do you think? Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard seems to be the only one so far that did. Oh, John Kennedy said she's on the bubble.
Uh-huh.
I forget.
Yeah, I think Gabbard's the one they throw overboard.
Yeah.
Bank robbers throwing money out the window so that people chasing them will stop and pick it up.
Tulsi
Gabbard's going to be that.
John Kennedy was on Fox and Friends this morning, and he says he thinks that Trump is really, really dug in on her, and so that she will actually pass.
Well, I have no doubt that he was really dug in on her, at one point or another, probably involving room service, but.
What does that mean? Okay, wait. Here's John Kennedy on Tulsi Gabbard.
If a nominee acts like a complete meathead or starts screaming like he or she's part of a prison riot, people are going to say, "Whoa, we need to take a second look." But short of that, I think most, if not all, will be confirmed. The one who's most on the bubble, as you know as well as I do, is Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay. Oh.
First of all, screaming like you're in a prison riot got Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Exactly.
Do you like beer? I like beer.
I was in the room. I like beer. It makes me a very fine fella.
Tears streaming down his face.
Yes.
Amy Klobuchar
that
was the
a
best.
Tom T. Hall lyric, by the way.
She's like, no, I don't like beer. I think I told you my dad was an alcoholic.
It's one of the great flaws in your character.
Yeah.
So,
and there are so few.
Susan Collins suggested that.
Is she troubled?
Tulsi, yes.
Okay.
Tulsi Gabbard's last-minute conversion on intelligence gathering might not be what it appears. Her past support for revoking Section 702 of the FISA Act has become a sticking point for several Republican senators. Gabbard has sought to walk back her past criticism of the program, but Collins told The Hill she doesn't necessarily believe Gabbard's change of heart. And you know that Susan Collins is not easily tricked.
How deep are the furrows?
Right? How deep is your love and your furrows?
I mean, don't you use the Mitt Romney thing, the Mitt Romney meter?
Yes, outrage meter.
To judge Susan Collins too?
We need a Susan Collins concern meter.
We do.
To match Mitt Romney's outrage meter. Yeah.
Let's send that suggestion to Rocky Mountain Mike.
And the other thing is, I blogged about this yesterday, and a lot of people are emailing me and texting me and saying they didn't know about it. This tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
It's been
biggest
going
one
on
in
for
history.
3 years. Nobody knew anything about it.
Yeah. Fantastic. My favorite story of Cabinet Secretaries, Kristi Noem was late to get sworn in. So she had to be sworn in by Clarence Thomas instead of J.D. Vance. She said she was late because she was not in possession of a personal family Bible that she wanted to play. Maybe it's the Bible that was in the hotel room where she was in Corey Lewandowski.
Oh.
Allegedly?
Is it alleged?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's the same Bible, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Charlie, did even you predict
I
this
think
level
actually
of
she was
show?
held up outside the Capitol. Bunch of Capitol police dogs who demanded an explanation.
Yeah, she was late because she was
getting the
puppies.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
Charlie, I want to end with sports because you are a noted sports writer as well. I know this will shock you. Trump manages to make Chiefs Super Bowl return all about him. After beat my Buffalo Bills from my hometown. Earning a trip to the Super Bowl. Trump wrote, "Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. What a great team, coach, quarterback, and virtually everything else, including those fantastic fans that voted for me. MAGA in record numbers." Wow. That's not even a drinking game. That he will make every single thing about him, right?
That's astonishing to me. By the way, I don't think he's wrong. I mean, he probably carried like 80% of the people in that stadium.
That's entirely positive. I mean, there's the Mahomes factor, right? Is it?
Well, sort of, yeah. But there's also the idiotic, refusal to change the name of the team.